Welcome to another installment of Advancing the Common Good with United Way. I'm Dana Frady, and I'm the Director of Development and Marketing at United Way of the Lewis and Clark area here in Helena, Montana. And today I am really excited to be joined at HCTV by Rachel and Robert. They are joining us from the Summer Meals Program for kids. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves, where you work, and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Rachel, and I'm an AmeriCorps member with Montana No Kid Hungry, and I'm placed in the Helena Public School District, and I basically assist with the school breakfast programs and coming up right now on the summer meal program, doing volunteer recruitment and planning activities, and I did some grant writing to get a new food trailer for this year.
Great.
I'm Robert Worthy, Food Service Director for Helena Public Schools. I also work for Seduxo, a company that actually helps support the program. I do run summer feeding in the parks, where we actually this year have opened up many more sites. In the last 7 years, we went from 1 site to 11 open sites, and I think 3 closed sites for special programs in the schools. And Rachel's been wonderful this year. She did help us get grants through No Kid Hungry and a few other programs like the Tracy Foundation and whatnot to get a custom-made food trailer designed to feed children at the parks outside the window, and they can go to multiple parks in one day. Also a truck to pull that trailer. So she's actually done some amazing things, and we look forward to it because it really expanded our program this year. And we'll probably talk a little later today, but we'll also have the NCCC coming this year to help us in some of the programs. We'll kind of also probably go over some of the new locations we have as well.
Great. So can you tell us just a little bit about the summer food program for kids? What ages are you serving? Where are you serving them? What is an open versus a closed site?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the feeding program in the parks is, it basically say parks, but it's not always a park. Like this year, we've opened it to the Helena Public Library is one of our sites this year. We do have multiple different parks across the city. We go all the way out as far as Leisure Village. We go up to like I say, the park, the library. Memorial Park is our largest site. In fact, it's one of our largest feeding sites in Montana. We serve as many as 350 kids in an hour and a half there. So kids come from all around to actually participate in any of these locations. We serve a child between 18 years of age and below. So if you're 18 years old, it doesn't matter if you're from Helena or from Germany. It doesn't matter. If you're here and you're a child of 18 or below, you get a free meal. All you gotta do is just walk in, get your meal, eat within the park area, and then we have some fun games and activities and other things throughout the summertime, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. No paperwork, no nothing. Just show up, and any of the sites are all open. The open sites. The open sites are the ones that means that anybody can walk into. A closed site is something that we have like at Helena Middle School, or we have one at Fort Georgians, and we have one at a YMCA. Is part of the programs because they're special clubs or they're a camp or a certain group to getting some kind of an education piece to it, so people from the community can't walk in because there's no one to watch them. So those are closed sites. So but we do offer meals to them because they qualify through other programs, whether it be community eligibility or a school program based upon their free and reduced count. OPI tells me if they qualify or not, and that allows me to then open up those sites.
Wow, that's really incredible.
Yeah.
So what are the dates that you're looking at to operate this program?
So school is out, what is that, the 8th, second Wednesday of June. We will start the summer program the 12th, the next Monday. Because a lot of these kids, when school gets out the last day, they say, well, where am I supposed to eat lunch tomorrow? And that's why we decided to not waste a lot of time and get this program going right away. So that next Monday, all those open sites and closed sites will be open to feeding kids at. And we go all the way through all of June, July, and August, all the way until the second Friday in August, so I think it was the 11th. We will be closed July 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We just find that the participation goes way down, and my employees have been working all summer long, and then during the school year, they also feed in the schools. So we kind of give them a couple days off.
Yeah, so it's a 5-day a week or a 7-day a week?
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Is always served, yep.
Okay.
So the weekends, it is on your own, which...
Okay. So do you find that you usually have a big uptick in service on Monday then?
You think it would be, but believe it or not, but people are taking 3-day weekends throughout the summer. So a lot of times Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are your biggest days.
Okay.
Until Mondays and Fridays are usually a little lower because people are still either coming or going from a vacation. that we've kind of noticed. And then after 4th of July, things start to drop off because people take more vacations later in the summer, we find. So that's why it really kind of drops off a little bit as we get closer to the end of our program.
Okay.
So not only do we close on that second Friday because participation is actually dropping down, but we have to again get ready for the regular school year as well.
Wow, that's incredible. Just providing such an important service to so many kids in the community. What kind of growth have you seen since the program started?
Oh, yeah.
And when did it start here?
It actually used to be run by Rocky Mountain Development Council. They used to run it for quite a few years until they got to the point and said, we can't do it because they were actually losing money in the program. So they came to me and I worked with them a little bit and I said, well, you know what, let's start off. I'll do one site. And then we took it over to Memorial site. And Memorial Park, we were doing probably 125 to 150 kids a day. And then it started growing and growing and growing. And then we started opening up a few more sites because it takes more people, more staff, more food, more program. And then pretty soon now this year, like I say, we're up to quite a few sites. We're looking at probably between 750 to 850 kids a day for just lunches. We will offer a free breakfast program at Bryant is our only breakfast program. We've tried it in the past. Breakfast doesn't usually work too well to try because it's free to public. People aren't usually getting up early enough to get there. So we're trying again at Bryant this year. From 8:30 to 9:30, kids can go to breakfast. It's the only site we have in Montana. It's open for breakfast. So we hope between breakfast, because we'll do a YMCA, which is a closed site, those who are part of the YMCA program, there's about 85 kids there. We'll give them breakfast as well. So we're looking at about 125 breakfasts a day, 130, and then we'll do a PM snack at a couple places that are the closed sites. So probably 150 snacks as well. So about 1,000 different meals a day is what we'll do in the summertime.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's a lot.
That is a lot.
Well, not as many as you think, though. If you figure we have 8,000 kids just in the Helena School District, on any given day I serve between breakfast and lunch about almost 5,000 meals, breakfast, lunch, and a la carte. So that's 5,000, still only one-fifth of that. There's still a lot of potential, a lot of kids who maybe just don't know, or they don't know how to get there, or all kinds of obstacles in order to get kids to these sites. So again, there's a lot of opportunity to feed more children. Just got to figure out how to get them there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Rachel, we were talking a little bit earlier, and I asked you about your AmeriCorps experience and what brought you to Montana. Can you just tell me, maybe what's one of the most interesting things that you've learned during your time at Montana No Kid Hungry and working with Robert?
Sure. That's a tough question. I guess, well, for one thing, like I had mentioned before, I'm from south of Chicago, so just moving out here has been quite the culture shock, and kind of just learning how different things that I've interacted with. My background is in public and community health, and so it's interesting seeing like kind of some of the similar issues at play in a more rural context. Just because of me being from a Chicago suburb, and I attended school in central New York State, so also a pretty suburban area. And so it's been interesting to be here and see a lot of kind of barriers that might not be at play in those regions. Like transportation obviously is a big thing here, especially in Helena. The public transport is subpar, I would say. So I think that's probably a big contributing factor to something that's a limitation in the summer meal program. Kids not being able to get to sites. So hopefully the food trailer will assist with that, just having more options for them, and especially Leisure Village, which is out in the valley, will be useful and make it easier for people to access the services that they need.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if folks want to learn a little bit more about the program itself for the summer, or if they might want to express an interest in volunteering and helping with an activity, where can they go for more information?
Well, I'm always accepting volunteers. So if people want to reach out to me via email or phone, I've been recruiting organizations, individuals, volunteer groups, various different things, just to help doing whatever people want to do. A few local organizations have reached out, and they, like for example, Exploration Works is a science museum, and they're going to be doing some science-related stuff. But just the average person can come and do whatever they'd like to do, whether that's crafts or games or anything. So I would love for anyone to contact me with interest in helping out with that.
Great.
Yeah.
So if families might actually need assistance through the service, where can they go for that information, for locations, for hours?
Well, a couple places you can get it is a lot of websites in town. People who are like other groups that are putting it on their websites. We have it on the Helena School District website. We'll actually have it on there. You go into food and it goes into the Sodexo website. It'll actually then at that point you can get all the information, including the menu itself, what we're offering each day, and the locations and times. And we also are going to say flyers all over town. We're trying to get every access point we can to be able to get as much information to the public as we possibly can. We'll be sending flyers home in the backpacks for all the kids in elementary school. We put flyers up at each of the schools. We have locations. We have sidewalk signs out there. So we're trying to get in some different businesses, ones that travel a lot of people, and just to get it out there. But again, the information you can text to a site. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what that text number is?
Yeah, so No Kid Hungry has a statewide text number, and I believe it's just text food, FOOD, all capital letters, to 877-877, and you'll receive a response saying what the closest site is to you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Yeah,
That's great.
that's what we're going for, yeah.
Yeah.
And that works for all of Montana, not just here in Helena. So if you happen to be in Billings visiting, a lot of groups, a lot of different cities have programs like this. So if you are traveling, you're not going to be out of luck. There are usually something close. There are quite a few sites. There are well over 1,000,
Yeah.
I believe, in Helena. I mean, in Montana altogether.
Wow.
So that's something good. As we're getting more and more kids are eating in the summertime. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much for sharing more information about the summer meal program. It's just such a critical need for our kids and our students, just to make sure that they are able to have the energy to focus and to get through the summer and make it back to school ready to learn. So thank you so much for the work that you're doing.
It'll be good. I can't wait.
Great. And thank you so much for joining us today for another installment of Advancing the Common Good with United Way of the Lewis and Clark area. Please don't hesitate to email us at info@UnitedWayLCA with any questions or for any contact information for these two wonderful guests today to learn more about the summer feeding program. Thank you.